Hi, I'm Glenn.
Hey, it's Tris, and we're from Two Shadows.
And we just bought our new tour rig.
Yeah!
Yeah.
We're gonna turn it into a small tour bus. We're gonna put bunks in it, kitchenette area, a lounge, everything, so it's super comfortable for the road. And we got a video to show you guys how that looks.
Okay, so it was pretty cool ripping out all the stuff from inside a van. Been in a lot of vans, never done that before.
Unbolting those seats was crazy. Some of them were like stripped from the factory, and it was a nightmare to get it. We ended up having to grind the bolts off, and like it was a lot.
Power tools were involved.
Yes. Ripping the ceiling off, it was crazy seeing everything come off, and then like the spaceship vibes inside of it.
Oh man, the airbags were kind of terrifying because they're all in like tubes, like as you can see, and yeah, we unplugged them and it was like, okay, they're good, they won't go off, and you're like, are you sure? Like, I'm poking them and stuff.
I think I found a thread somewhere online saying there's like a 3% chance they might go off after they're unplugged.
Oh god. So yeah, it's very scary.
So this is Glenn taking them off here. Starting to.
I overcame my fear and just like started ripping them off the walls and dropping them, which maybe moved it to 4% chance of going off, but you know, we got them down.
Now we're working on the overhead compartment. This was brutal because the airbags went all the way through this overhead that you're seeing us work on right now, and all the way down like the like blinder things on the side of the van, or the what are those called?
I don't know.
Yeah, anyway, it was crazy taking this thing off. Like, we ripped all of the footage you seen us gutting the van. It took twice as long just to take this one little headrest thing off, because like everything was hidden, all the screws and everything. It was crazy.
And the worst part is that we wanted to leave it, but we had to take it off because all the airbags and stuff like connects behind that. So that sucked. We just had to do it.
Some stuff didn't work after we hooked it back up.
Yeah, I think you were outside. We went and got coffee or something, and then you clicked the lock button on the remote and it didn't lock, and we were just like, oh.
Yeah, only missed one cable reattached, but
we got it back in, or Tris got it back in. Yeah. It really does look like the same footage in reverse. Oh, you know, the airbags are gone.
There's still like the front seat airbags and all that stuff. It's just the passenger airbags. And like all the conversion videos I've watched, where they all remove them because it's like, yeah, it'd be bad news. You're like, I don't know, you're just like, you get in a crash and like a cabinet's flying at your face.
I thought it would suck if you got like just a little bit T-boned, you know, just a bump on the bumper, and then all the interior of the van explodes. Yeah. Okay, we just got rid of all the stuff in the interior of the van. We've been going around to recycling places to get rid of all the seats and the shit on the roof. Next comes the floor. We're trying to figure out how to rip out the floor. I'm trying to figure out how to rip out the floor. Trista's just doing it, and then I found the bottom comes off. So that was a win. Oh, you got it.
We kept this floor for later, hoping that it would serve as a template for our new subfloor. We loaded it in and out of the van every night. We'd work on it. Oh shit.
Oh god. Woo. Oh, dude.
Nope. Okay, the ratchet. I'll start them off with that.
$2. Oh my god, you're ahead of me now. Damn.
These were brutal. We were like literally ripping them out. We threw them up for sale, and somebody came and picked them up right away, which was awesome. They showed up though long before we had them ripped out, and so they ended up going for lunch and coming back.
Yeah, I was gonna say almost perfect timing.
Yeah.
Within 2 hours of perfect timing. Yeah, this was wild. And we only had one tool, so I had to just tragically sit and watch Tris do all the work. Oh yeah. This van sponsored by Tim Hortons.
Hey. Tried to just cut the top and the bottom off of the bolt so you could get a crescent wrench on it and get it off and twist it off, but that was kind of problematic. It was a little bit of a job for sure. Okay, so those bolts mounting the seats that were stripped from the factory
this is me trying to remove them right now, and I basically cut each side of the bolt off so I could get a wrench on it and crank them out of there. They were so strapped, there was no other way to get them off. But that was lots of grinding to get those bolts off because they're very dense metal, and yeah, fun times.
Power tools were involved in the making of this video. And metal things were harmed as well. I think you're about to plug the floor. This was annoying, so it's like you do all this work and we're like, yeah, and then the floor was full of holes, like right through the entire thing.
Yeah, the seat mounts, they go right through the van. You can literally see the ground through them all. So I just found this like, this sealant, this like caulking tube of sealant, and it's waterproof. It said it would dry when, like if it's wet, like in any condition. So grabbed it and just sealed it all up, left it for night. I've seen lots of people just tape over the hole, but that wasn't enough for me. I didn't want to just throw some duct tape on the hole. But I put the sealer in and then put the duct tape on, and it's all open from the bottom, so I figured it would, if I put the tape on right away, it's still dry. There's like so many layers of things that will go above the tape, as you'll see, but that's how we filled the holes.
We love duct tape, we love red green, but we went serious mode on this.
We went Gorilla Tape.
Did we?
It's Gorilla Tape.
Oh wow, yeah, forget the ducks.
Yeah. This was a job for the gorillas.
I just picked up a tube of this, just sealant. It's just like a black for windows and doors and keeps the water out and everything, and just like filled the hole up and then used a putty knife just to flatten it out.
All right, so this is when the subflooring started. So I had to frame it all out. I tried to do as much of it kind of like 16 inches apart as like normal studs, but you basically lay like the only thing you can really do is glue these down. So I found this like insane like glue to hold this flooring down.
Yeah, there was this annoying, like in the bottom left, this fan thing that we like, I wanted to just take a hammer and just like, golf it out, just like clear the space, but then like apparently it bottles in like toxic gas, and had I smashed it, like we would have been screwed.
It's like the AC blower, so it's like for the passenger AC. And I forget what that stuff, it's bad for the ozone or whatever. What is that called?
Bad for my ozone. I don't know.
But you can't remove it. It's a huge process to remove it. And from everything I've seen, like mechanics charge like $2,000, and most people just work around it. So we were able to cut pieces off that are just plastic to like get it down to only 10 inches high, which is only like...
We didn't golf it out, but we did saw it to bits.
Yeah, it's basically only like an inch higher than the wheel well, so that's where the bunks will be in the back there. So it really doesn't affect much, and on that side, we're actually only doing 2 bunks, opposed to the other side, we're gonna have 3.
It's a job.
This was the worst, cutting out all of the little pieces out of the 2x2s to fit the ribs of the van. Oh my God, that was brutal. That added like a lot of time, but I couldn't think of any other like way to like structurally support. Oh, here you're supposed to put a lot of weight on the glue to like really lock it down while it's drying.
Yeah, this was G. You happen to have a supply of base plates, which is kind of, if anyone is thinking of doing this to a van, it's like, just go find 50 base plates.
Yeah.
And I think you even get sandbags in here at some point too.
Yeah.
So
I've seen some people use like gym weights or just anything heavy just to put a lot of like kind of almost clamping pressure down on the glue. It's definitely not skipping any steps on the flooring, making sure it's not going to move at all. But here we're just insulating the floor, so just cutting the insulation, putting it in between the studs, and then in some gaps in the insulation, I use spray foam just to kind of fill in any extra little kind of gaps that were too tight to fit a piece of foam, or I just wanted a better seal. Little side note, we took on this project at the wrong time of year. We started this like October, November.
we like went out all summer and did, at times at the beach, camping, all right, now let's work on the van. That it's like, sun's gone, it's raining every day, it's cold.
Gets dark at like 4. So yeah, here the whole floor is all done. Or the insulating of the floor.
Okay, so this is like the next day. Sun is out for now.
Oh, I guess we did use the floor to do, or you did use it to...
Oh yeah, this was cool. So we took the floor, flipped it upside down with some paper under it, and then I traced like the wheel wells, and then we used the paper tracing thing, and then just cut the wood from that like drawing essentially.
So we didn't have to take a whole bunch of measurements and stuff. It was just kind of, worked out perfect. The original floor was about the same height as the subfloor we put in, so the measurements for the wheel wells like fit perfect, and it ended up fitting totally, like there's no gaps at all. This is also kind of tough too, because I didn't want to do this, but I knew I had to. I literally drew out as I was going, drew all of the studs like on top of the plywood to show exactly where all the studs were underneath, and like measured everything, because like I knew that like once I had the whole floor in and we start screwing stuff down, like I wanted to know exactly where all those studs were. So this was a really time-consuming process and lots of measurements, but I know it was worth it, and it saved tons of time in the end. And especially just screwing the whole floor down to the studs, it was like just super quick. Screwed it all down in like 20 minutes versus it would have been like screwing in, oh, missed, screwing in, oh, missed again. Like there wasn't a single like missed screw in the whole thing, so that was really cool.
And this is the best part, seeing that those cuts actually fit flush.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
Little hot tip, always buy more material than you need and return the rest.
Yeah, true.
Save a lot of time. I thought this was going to take about 4 sheets to do the back of this, and I was able to use offcuts in the back end there and just use extra scraps.
I was pretty stoked when I finished doing the floor and found out that the back plate, this thing here, on the back of the van was fit over top. That was really cool, because it's just less work having to build something that, I don't know, makes it look a little bit more aesthetically pleasing.
Hey guys, thank you so much for watching our video. We really appreciate it. We thought it'd be cool to upload for people that are doing conversions, van conversions. It might help with some things. And then for just our fans in general, just kind of watching how we build out our tour rig, we thought it would be really cool for everyone to upload.
So if you like this stuff, it helps us out tons if you give us a follow. You can find the links all down below. Thanks, guys.